For the last few weeks, Mana has been continuing to push towards the upside, and it is still looking pretty strong after taking this recent dip towards the downside. Something significant has just happened here, so let's take a look at what is going on in the charts. So at the moment, we're still building back towards this all-time high price of 4.9 that was achieved back at the end of October, but we can see, taking a retracement from there, that we have been going through some key levels, finding support and resistance as we go. Now you can see that we did come up back on the 20th of November. We had the rejection here at the 0.786, which is $4.37, and then we were swiftly pushed back down over a couple of days, where we then got to the 0.5, finding good levels of support, showing that this previous line of resistance had then been flipped from resistance and then turned into support, okay, which is looking good and looking bullish for Mana. So can we see it continuing to go towards higher levels? What I want to do is jump into the 1 hour chart where we can see something significant. We had this falling channel and then we pushed up. We did then get rejected back down inside, but then finally had our close outside of it before coming back and retesting this previous line of resistance as support. And now we are starting to look more bullish. Now, if we are able to push and break beyond these levels at the 3.9, then in my opinion we are going to come back up towards these levels at the 4.37, which should then continue to higher levels. But something significant I want to look at is happening down here on the RSI, and we should not overlook this because it is some key information. If we jump back to the 4 hour, what we can see happening here between these 2 points is the RSI losing strength, and looking onto the chart we actually see the price increasing. Okay, so we're actually forming what looks like some sort of a large rising wedge. This is on 4 hour chart, as I mentioned, so this is over a larger period of time. Now what this means down here is that the price is losing strength. At each level we're going up, we're losing buyers, and we're starting to gain more sellers. But notice that the price continues to move in an upwards trajectory. Now this is known as a bearish divergence, and ultimately means at some point that we are due a turnaround. Now what we can see, guys, is we did have this bounce off the 0.5, and notice how it also corresponded to this level here. So what we're looking at right now to be able to continue on an upwards trajectory is to break the $3.92 level, in which case we could then be pushing up towards the 0.786. But if we are unable to break above this point on the RSI, then we are ultimately going to have some sort of a cool off. So what I realistically think is going to happen is we potentially will come up to this 0.786 before perhaps putting in some sort of a double top pattern and then cooling off back towards the downside. But ultimately still looking bullish in the sort of the shorter term over the next couple of days. While we still hold this upwards trend line, we will be pushing towards the upside because we are pretty much at the bottom of that right now. But be very cautious. If we see a drop out of the bottom of this line, then we will be pushing down to at least the $2.81 and potentially all the way down to 2.19, which is pretty much the technical target for these patterns. Guys, I'm starting to try and make as many different videos on different cryptos as I can, so make sure you leave a comment down below, anything you want to see on the channel. Please hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks very much for watching. Bye bye.